Right, yes people, welcome back to another YouTube video. It's been a while. Sorry for the loud music, but here's what it is. We are back at Nitro for leg day today actually. Sign on the standing calf raise. It's been a while, like I said, since I've been here, so trying to get my bearings back in terms of what machines I like. This gym has a lot of new machines that weren't here before when I've trained here previously, and trying to figure out what sort of numbers I can push, again, because I've not been here for a while. So we're going to start to warm up the calves, because if I do these last, or if I program them last, I know I won't do them. So I'll start on them, and then we'll get into some other stuff. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll probably see that my knee has been playing up, my left knee, this one here. Essentially just been putting my knee sleeves on and hoping for the best, to be quite honest. Last week and this week, well, last week and the week before, sorry, it's been somewhat okay. Just sort of slowing down the movement instead of like bouncing out the hole on a squat. Leg extensions have been quite painful as well, but again, warming up properly and taking it easy. I don't want to say like taking it easy, because I don't like training not hard. If I was to just have a pump up session or something, like I'd rather just stay at home, to be quite honest with you. So we'll get into it. We're going to start, like I said, for the 400th time on the standing calf raise, and then we'll get into some fun stuff. Hopefully you can hear me with the mic on my cap. But we have warmed up on the standing calf raise. When I've done this previously, I added a gym pin, but going to another gym for a little bit, there was no standing calf raise machine. It's just been doing like seated. So yeah, trying to push myself and seeing how I get. Like I said in the intro, trying to figure out what my numbers would be again, so I can then progress from there and see, like, basically start from scratch. So 100 kilos, hopefully it should be okay. Aiming for about 10 to 15 reps. So 2 sets on here, 10 to 15 is the first one and 15 to 20 on the second one. So hopefully 100 should be all right. Lucky 13. I'll take this off and I can speak into it. 13 on 100. It's the stepping stone to get to essentially where I want to be. Gym pinning this machine again. 100, 13. One more back off set and moving on. We are going to move on to the seated adductor. I have no idea how to film this, as where you are now is probably the best angle, but it is quite a vulnerable position, let's say. So adductors are on the inside of your leg, so we are going to basically do the good girl exercise, so closing your legs and not opening them. So I have not ran adductors for 4 or 5 months. At my previous gym, there was no adductor machine. Well, there was one, but it was really shit, and that put me off training them completely. But we are back on the adductor. So again, let's see what we can do and warm up to a heavy set. We have worked up to, I think, a weight that I can do for the same rep range, as calf raises, so 10 to 15 and 15 to 20. to be fair, last time I've done this machine, it's quite a heavy machine. This is the Cybex Eagle abductor. And last time I've done this was like 40, 49, which is like where the pin goes. Now I'm on 76, so maybe the secret to big adductors and strong adductors is to just not fucking train them and then come back to them. But we are one away from the stack. We're at 76. Stack is 85. So sorry for the angle, but we will get into this. Bang on. 10. 10 is the absolute lowest of that rep range, 10 to 15. So I know how strong essentially I am on this machine, meaning next week I can do the same weight and hopefully get 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And once we get to that range, that will increase. That, my friends, is how progressive overload is done. So I'm going to do one more back off set and then on to some actual leg stuff. On to a seated leg curl. So on my posterior day, I'll do a lying leg curl. So just to sort of switch up the hip angle throughout the week. We'll do one lying variation and one seated variation for that reason. So again, sounded like a broken record here. Another machine the previous gym that I went to didn't have, which is actually crazy. They didn't have a seated leg curl, but here's what it is. We will get into how much I can actually do. Again, I've warmed up to a weight I think I can do. Just warming up through these like pins. Hamstrings are feeling okay. Weirdly enough, my left knee felt a little bit odd doing these for the first time in a while, even though it's the complete other direction of what I'm actually doing. But we will get into this, see what I can do. Again, I think last time I'd done this was on like pin, I was doing like 70 kilos. I warmed up and 70 felt pretty decent, so I'm doing 84, which is 2 pins down from that. Range on this is 6 to 10 for the first set and 10 to 15 on the second. So a little bit of a heavier set on these. So yeah, see how it goes. I think that was 10. Yeah, I think that was 10. I'll have to rewatch that. But that was actually a lot better than I thought. If that is 10, then that'll be pretty good. That means I can go up to the next pin next week, which is 91 from 84. But if it's more, then great. That means I definitely can go up next week. So, like I said, one more back off set. And then we will actually get into some quad stuff, because this is just the start of the leg day where I'm just sort of like warming up my knee joints, doing the boring stuff to start with, and then we'll get into some, I think it's just basically all quad after that. So that is where my weaknesses are, in my lower body, especially my outer sweep, my quads, multiple, both of them. So yeah, we'll crack on. Hopefully you can see me in this frame. The gym that I'm at, it's quite small, but the equipment's great, hence why I come here. And the people are lovely, but in turn, that means I have to put my camera in very weird angles to actually film shit. So, on to the pendulum now. So, this is something that I have had in my plan previously, but it has been a different pendulum machine. On a weekly basis, I rotate between a pendulum and a hack squat. Luckily, this gym only has one variation of both. The other gym had a couple of leg press variations, one pendulum, but they had like 2 or 3 hack squats. So now I can probably focus on progressing on the machine itself. Again, this gym Leco pendulum is fucking heavy. And just warming up on this, my left knee has decided to leave the chat, essentially. It's very painful in the top, right there. But keeping them warm is going to keep blood flow around the knee joint, hopefully making it not hurt as much. Yeah, hard body knee sleeves, if you can see in the camera, are on. These I've had for about 2-3 years, and they're still tight. And do the job. I have had to wash them because I'm a sweaty boy, and they will obviously keep sweating with the material they are, but if you're washing them, then there's no harm in doing that. And they've kept their shape, luckily. So, I don't know what I'm talking to you about washing clothes and shit, but yeah, 4 plates on this pendulum. See how it moves, if it does move. Only one set on here, 6 to 10, so quite heavy. Yeah, hopefully I can get 5 or 6. Last time I done this, I think I got 3 plates, so 4 will be quite ambitious, but yeah, see how it goes. Pop you on there. Right. Oh, come on. Come on. Fucking go. Come on. Yeah, good. Come on. Hey. Come on, 9. Come on, keep going. More. Yep, 11. Come on, one more. Let's get it. Oh. 12. So I could have actually gone up another plate on that, to be fair. Since when I started moving it, it felt decent. During the set, actually, my knee got better. 12. Fucking sick. I'll take that. On to the leg press. Looks intimidating. And it is intimidating. 9 plates each side. These are 20 plates. What's the maths? 1, 2, 3, so 9. The 20 is 180 each side. That's 360, I think. most I've done on here is 11 plates a side, and then I twinged my lower back, and that ruined me for about 2 months. So taking it easy on this. I say taking it easy, it's still fucking 360 kilos, but I think I'd done this last week or last time for, I want to say 7 or 8. So in my head, that's the goal. Realistically, I don't know why I'm going with that, where I'm going with that. So yeah, see how it goes. Right. Come on. Come on. Oh, holy shit. I think that was 9. When I'm in a set, I just completely lose track of everything going on, even counting. I think that was 9. So, I will take 9. Absolutely ruined. We'll do one back off of 10 to 15 or 12 to 15. So maybe just strip a plate off each side. I don't even know if you can see me from there. You're so far away. But yeah, I'll have a little bit of a rest. Strip a plate off and do my back off. I don't know if you can see me through this little gap here. We are on a hip press, single leg variation on this. If I do any sort of like leg press or like a split squat, I feel like my body just gives out and it's very, very unstable. Whereas this is obviously a machine. It's more stable than faffing around with foot position, stability, and things like that. If I was on like a Smith machine on one leg, or dumbbells on a bench, things like that. So this is going to target the exact same muscle groups, quad, glute, and again, any single leg variation is going to target your outer quad, your vastus lateralis, I want to say, which again is just going to give me the overall sort of thickness in my quad, because I feel like at the moment my legs are very sort of just straight. I need them to be wide. That's going to give me that X frame, especially for classic physique. I generally don't know if you can see me through this little hole, but I can see the machine in the camera, so I'll keep running with it. But yeah, single leg variation on this, glute, quad, one set, but you'll see that I do an intensifier on this set. So I'm going to start on my right leg, which is my weakest pressing leg. So I'm going to do something called a rest pause, and you'll find out exactly what that looks like. So clip you onto El Sombrero. Right, so right leg first. Wait 20 seconds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and we go again. Again, 20 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, and we go again. So that is an intensifying technique to do extra reps while not falling victim to lowering the weight. So waiting that 20-30 seconds if you need between each, let's say like failure point. That's 3 or 4 extra reps I wouldn't have got with the same weight. So yeah, just managing to get those extra reps out of the same weight as effective as possible. So that's the only sort of working set I'm going to do. It's just that and the intensifying rest pause sets. Obviously got to do it on my left leg now, and then we'll move into leg extensions. It's a new leg extension this gym has. I don't know if you can see, new tech leg extension. There's about 50 different ways you can adjust this machine. Never used it, but I've played around with the settings and this feels somewhat comfortable to me. So we'll give it a go. And you've also got a seatbelt on here which you can clip into just so you're locked in to that machine. Rep range was 10 to 15, so 11 is right at that point. That was 80 kilos. Feels like I'm sort of scooping up under the machine, so I might need to again play around with it. But it's smooth, it's a lot smoother than the previous one they had. And again, at my old gym, there wasn't very great leg equipment, to be quite honest. So it's quite refreshing coming here and using some actual good kit. So I'm going to continue to play around with the settings, but for now I'll mark that off 80 for 11 reps. So that is the end of today's leg session. I'm going to finish up the session on some abs and my cardio. That is quite boring, so I'm not going to bore you guys with that. I feel like I've taken very long to do this workout, even though it's 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 exercises. I'm absolutely ruined. I've been in the gym. For you guys, it's probably like half an hour, 20 minutes. I've been here for 2.5 hours. So yeah, like I said, I still got abs and cardio to do. So hope you enjoyed this leg workout, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.